What's going on, guys? Brooks Anderson, really excited to be back here on Lake Lanier. Been away for about a month and a half up north fishing a bunch of the Bassmaster Opens on Chesapeake Bay, St. Lawrence River, Leech Lake. Had some tough events, but definitely learned a ton about fishing that part of the country. So that's mainly why I jumped into it this season, just to learn and get a lot of that experience in areas I've never fished before. With that being said, we're back on Lake Lanier, going to be guiding full time. Got a little BFL this weekend, so definitely going to get ready and kind of understand what these fish are doing for some upcoming guide trips. This week, know a lot of fish have already started to push a little bit shallower into those fall transition areas, while there's still a lot of fish out there deep. So going to do a little bit of everything. Just got the boat launched. We're really excited to bring y'all for the ride today, see what we get into. If y'all are interested in getting out on the water on a guide trip this fall, September, October, November, even into December in that early winter bite, definitely give me a shout. It's going to be some awesome fishing coming up. We're going to be out here every single day getting after them. So if y'all are interested in anything like that, definitely check out my website down below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it, see if we can't get after a few today. There we go, guys. First one of the day right there. Looks like a pretty good one. Saw that school kind of suspended about halfway up over that brush pile. We've got some kind of slick calm conditions right now, so I went with more of that chugging style topwater bait. This is definitely a pretty good fish. Look like to be around 4-ish pounds, but definitely a nice way to kick off the day on the first spot, about second cast. So see if we can't get this one in right here. He's fighting so hard. Definitely feels good to be home and catching some spots again. See how big this guy is right here. He's coming up. Nice 4-pounder. That might be a little bigger than 4, but we'll see. There we go, guys. Nice welcome home right there. 4-pound spot. Awesome fish. You can actually see down his throat right there all those herring. I'll go ahead and pull one out right there. Awesome fish right there. Came up and crushed that topwater. You can see right here, got a nice 4, almost 5-inch herring right there. He's got 1. He's got 2. And he's got a little one right there. But definitely, these fish are starting to chew right here for this fall transition. That's an awesome fish to kick things off. Let's keep getting after it. Pretty good one right here, guys. Hopefully y'all saw some of that school in action. That was absolutely crazy. This one doesn't feel too big. A little 3-pounder, but still fun. Those fish went absolutely crazy. There we go, guys. Got a little 3-pounder right there. Still throwing that chrome topwater. They're still going nuts behind us. See if we can't get back in there. Hopefully y'all saw some of that school in action. It's only going to get better as the fall continues, but definitely starting to pick up right now. There we go, guys. Nice little 3-pounder right there. See if we can't get back in there. All right, guys, let's take a quick second. I want to run y'all through my setup right now, kind of give a little bit of context to what exactly I'm doing out here. So as you can see out here on Lanier, it is glass calm, over 90 degrees, no wind, and that is when I'm gonna opt for the more of the chugging style topwater baits. This one right here is a Storm Chug Bug. I've got that on a 7-foot medium. Dobbins right here, this is 705 CB, actually a crankbait rod. Really good rod for throwing These baits right here got a nice bend, so when those fish do eat it, you can keep them pinned up on those trebles right there. That's a really good option when you're out here in the warmer months out on Lake Lanier, especially when it's glass calm. For whatever reason, those chugging style baits seem to really excel. They're still schooling over here. Now, a second one I throw a bunch to is a Spro E-Pop in the 80 size. This is another really good option too that goes hand in hand with that chug bug. Can't go wrong with either of those two right there on Lanier whenever you're kind of faced with some of these slick, calm, sunny conditions. But anytime you pull up to some of these brush piles and you notice those fish are kind of suspended up over it or closer to the top, anywhere in that kind of upper 15 foot range to the surface, definitely that chug bug can be an awesome option to catch them, or that Spro E-Pop right there. Those are two awesome baits for sure to get a lot of bites this time of year and moving into the fall when you got some of these slick conditions. Let's keep getting after them. There, guys, that was awesome. That was such a cool blow up. I paused that Topwater for an extra second. I saw those fish come up behind it, and he absolutely killed that thing right there. Another little 3-pounder, but still a really cool bite right there. Just got one hook. We'll try to get him in the boat right here. A little bit bigger than that last one, but still not quite 4 pounds. Can't grab this one right here before it comes off. Here we go, guys. Nice, another, got me the arm right there. Nice little 3-pounder right there again on that Topwater. But that's a cool example right there. We'll go ahead and let this one go. Of making some of those small adjustments right there. I threw it over the brush pile, saw a couple fish in there, and they kind of came after it a little bit late, so I slowed down that cadence and actually paused it for a couple seconds, allowed those fish to come up to that bait, get behind it, and then I continued to work it. But those are the couple of things you definitely need to pay attention to out here on the water. That can be the big difference maker, is making those small little adjustments to your retrieve or how you're presenting that bait, put a lot more fish in your boat. Let's keep getting after it. That's a big one, guys. That's a really big one. Next cast right there. Saw a couple of fish on the bottom actually, and got that Topwater right there over them. That's a pretty good spot right there. Heck yeah, that's a nice 4-pounder. Let's see if we can't get this one in the boat. He's spitting up tiny little thread fin right here. Stay on there. Guys, absolutely fighting. There we go, guys. Here we go, guys. Nice, almost 4-pounder right there again. Very next cast on that Topwater. Saw a little school out there on the bottom, and through over there, those fish rocketed up. Definitely kind of played that fish out. Didn't have the best hooks, but that's a pretty good one right there for sure. Awesome fish. Go ahead and let that one go. Keep going. All right, guys, I'm gonna throw y'all a quick little tip here as well for fishing this time of year, in the fall especially. A lot of these fish, they're on points, humps, all those kind of offshore areas right now, moving a little bit shallower. But for example, that last spot, you just saw me catch those 2 fish. the first fish I actually threw over the brush pile, kind of slowed down that retrieve and got those fish to bite. And the next fish I actually caught were just a couple of them on the bottom. They shot right up and ate that as well. But what I'm getting at is this time of year, they're not always going to be perfectly over the brush. They may be a little bit shallower up on that hump or on that shoal. So definitely before you just pull up to a pile and completely abandon that area, check around the surrounding stuff, see if there's a couple schools on the bottom out there suspended on bait, things of that nature. But definitely keep that in mind. This time of year, those fish may not always be just perfectly set up over that brush in that fall transition period. Here they come. Big one. Got that one. That one doesn't feel that big. Little guy right here. Little guy right there. There's some big ones in that pile, but sometimes just kind of look at the draw which one ends up getting it. But still fun right there. Nice, another one on that top water for sure. There we go. Here they come. Oh, that was sick. Might be a little better one right there. Not super big, a little bigger than that last one. Little 3-pounder. Saw a pretty good school of them up there shallow. There we go, guys. Another one right there on that top water. Awesome fish. A lot of fun out here this time of year. The guy was all pinned up. There we go, guys. Nice spot for sure. All right, guys, I want to take a quick second right now, kind of show y'all exactly what I'm looking at on my live scope right here. We've got a shallow point right here. Boat's a little bit deeper, but that pile right there, that's in about 10 to 12 foot. Got a ton of fish kind of scattered through there. Actually just caught one of those y'all just saw. But a lot of fish in there, a lot of life, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about over here with some of the more suspended ones that are kind of off the brush I kind of touched on earlier. There's 3 or 4 out there. Those are definitely ones to throw at as well. But as we go back to that pile, you can tell there's just a ton of fish kind of up there shallow. But these are the kind of areas I'm going to start to look for in this fall transition. You can see them kind of moving on that back side of it right now. But definitely a lot of these shallower piles at the kind of mouths of these big creeks and areas are going to be where a lot of these fish are concentrated for sure. Oh my goodness. Get it. Get it. Here they come. That was pretty awesome, guys. A pretty good one. Nice spot right here. This is the biggest one of the day, guys. Nice 4-pounder again right here. Heck yeah, awesome fish. Had one in the cast before, blow it out of the water, and then quickly saw another school kind of coming in and got that chug bug to him. That's a nice 4.5 right here. There we go, guys. He's a little bit skinny, but that is a big old spot right there. Came up and absolutely killed that top water right there, guys. Barely had him hooked right here. Got kind of a little bit of a weird mouth, but that is an awesome 4-pound Lake Lanier spot right there on the top water. Nothing better than the fall bite And that's an awesome fish for sure. Heck yeah. All right, they're still loaded out here. We're about to make another cast, see if we can't get one. Here they come. Got another big one right there, guys. That's so much fun. There we go, guys. Another. Wow, going crazy. Got choke boat a little bit in my hands, but another one almost 4 right there, back-to-back cast. That is awesome. Look how healthy and fat that fish is. I think it's so thick. Awesome, awesome fish. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. We had a really fun afternoon out here on Lanier, catching a bunch of big spots on the topwater in this early fall transition. If y'all are interested in getting out on a guide trip and kind of understanding how to target these fish, when to pick up certain baits, and how to be effective out there consistently every day on Lanier, I'd love to have you out on a guide trip this early fall or moving into the next few months. I got a bunch of open dates I'm looking to fill, and I'd love to have y'all out there. If y'all are interested in all my exact locations, baits, techniques, all that kind of good stuff, I'll leave a link below as well to my fish tips. Those are my virtual guide trips. If you can only fish on the weekends, say Saturday and Sunday, and you want a really good starting point, you can check out my bi-weekly reports and my digital guide trips as well. But if y'all enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, subscribe, helps me out a bunch. We'll see y'all in the next one.